President's bodyguard has a rich and illustrious history of 250 years of honorable and dedicated service, rightly known to be the senior-most regiment of the Indian Army, whose distinction in the serried ranks of the Indian Army is its position at the right of the line on all occasions. Each one of its soldiers is a specialist in many fields, who knows that he cannot be trespassed upon. Wherever they stand, they get but only command, respect and admiration. What makes these soldiers so elite? The secret lies in the spirit of high honor and human endeavor that the bodyguard has always lived up, so aptly described by one of their commandants in these stirring words.
At a period when men possessed of the highest military rank have not scrupled to violate the most sacred oaths of allegiance and fealty, there is still a happy corner of the globe where, by a simple assertion, equally binding to our country, is taught a sufficient pledge which can never be broken. And on that pledge, therefore, the simple word of a gentleman, do I, in my own name, and on behalf of my soldiers and officers, engage to defend this banner.
That puts, so aptly embodies in its words, a soldier's trump, his honor, his life, and above all his destiny. Such were the sentiments. Such will remain the sentiments and pledges of this elite group to the nation, their supreme commander and their profession. This is enshrined in their stirring motto, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
These mercurial, hardy and regal sons of India, after systematic and rigorous training, are casted into soldiers who are dauntless in combat, steadfast fighters, earthy and tenacious, and at the same time specialized in mounted and dismounted roles for the presidential ceremonies. Their name is synonymous with gallantry and chivalry. Ever willing to test their mettle, these valiant guardsmen revel in the spirit of adventure, from tackling spirited steeds to taming raging torrents and conquering the skies. These men have done it all, and with panache. This then is the result of assiduous training, courage, impeccable deportment, precision and grit. From their traditional ceremonial horses to mechanical mounts, the bodyguard are equally at home with both. The Armored Corps salutes its brethren, who are the senior-most of their group. Cavalry of the skies, they jump with the pick of the army, the Crack Parachute Regiment. No military insignia is more coveted than the wings of the parachutist. It sets soldiers apart as the special breed of fighting men. This ultimate test of training is combat performance, school to perfection. Personnel of the bodyguard have volunteered every time the nation has been called to arms. In 1962, the bodyguard armored cars were the first to be airlifted to Chushul. In 1965, the regiment participated in the Operation Ablaze. In the 1980s, detachments of the bodyguard operated in Sri Lanka, and the detachment of the regiment is always deployed on the world's highest battlefield in Siachen, defending the nation's northern borders along with their comrades in arms of the infantry. A detail of the bodyguard has also been committed overseas, with the Indian contingent forming part of the United Nations forces. Finally, ceremonial, rock-like, regal dignity, resplendent to the eye, and immaculate imprecision. This role is the most difficult, yet is the one that casts the bewitching spell on all who witness it. For it is a feast of color, pageantry, military precision, and elegance. Military customs, traditions and splendor come alive to touch the spirit with the magic of sound and substance. The regiment having been intricately involved in the ceremonial events, this has not wavered the man to shine in equestrian sporting events. In spite of the fact that the regiment was not raised for sporting purposes, the riders of the regiment have excelled in the field of equestrian sports, with many riders having etched their names in the history for their achievements at various sporting levels, national and international.